Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yo.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of Another City Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and let's jump right in it. I'm not gonna lie, PTSD, Bree, PTSD. Like as I was doing the intro, I had to look up to make sure it was recorded. You know, I know I hit record, but PTSD is that one time I shot the episode with Dev, and we did the whole episode and got to the point it's like, oh shit, my bad, I didn't record. PTSD on that real quick, but we're recording. But yeah, welcome to this brand new episode of Another City Opinion Podcast.
John, this podcast, I'm not gonna curse. People say I curse too. People who watch, like my friends from work who watch the pod, say I curse too much, so I'm not gonna curse.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try not to.
All right, so you're gonna go the Will Smith route, because he never cursed in none of his rap songs.
Who?
Will Smith never cursed in none of his rap songs.
But I'm pretty sure he curses in real life.
That's possible, but he ain't doing it in his music.
Here's the thing, John. I don't think I curse too much, but I think I do curse on here because you be pissing you off. Sorry. See? You see?
It's not that bad. Pissing you off is not bad.
All right, but you be getting me mad, so I have to come at you because you be getting me mad. So I end up cursing. So I hope this episode you don't make me mad.
But hopefully I don't get you mad. But I can tell you one thing: it got heated at a professional boxing fight. Your guy Meek got into an argument.
That's my guy.
You got into an argument
I love
with
Meek.
I don't know what was the cause of the. Oh, nah, Meek said that they argued over how the fight was going to end. Meek basically called that the fight was going to end soon, and I guess the boxer disagreed with him. And typical sports argument. It got heated and then almost went left really, really fast. They ended up like pausing the actual boxing match because of that whole little situation.
I know. I didn't watch the match. I don't watch boxing because I don't like the fighting. But I saw like clips and I was like, okay.
Alcohol.
Meek needs to relax. No, Meek needs to relax. I love Meek, but he needs to relax.
You think he was the aggressor in the situation? Because honestly, we don't know who was. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't know who was.
I'm not going to say he's the aggressor. That's not what I'm saying, John. What I'm saying is when you have that type of status, you have more to lose than the person on the other side. Whether you're the aggressor or not, you just have more to lose. So to me, it's not worth it. And it's just better to walk away and just keep your calm.
Well, that's what he did, though. He did end up. He's like he watched one of the clips. He says, "Yo, we out," and then I guess him and.
No, I get it, but still, it shouldn't even got like that. It shouldn't have even got like that. We've learned in the past when you have arguments with people who don't have nothing to lose, they end up shooting. They end up doing all this other shit, and it's unnecessary. I'm just saying, people lose their lives for dumb shit. We just saw that happen. Well, so it's okay to walk away.
It's crazy for me. Your curse meter is already at 1. Your curse meter is already at 1. You just said dumb shit. It's all right. You at 1. So let's try to keep it under 5. Let's try to keep it under 5. You're at 1.
Okay.
But you know what it is? Alcohol is probably in people's systems. How alcohol also plays a role. People be under the influence. And then
I feel like that's just an excuse, Johnny.
No, I understand. I do understand that point, but sometimes, unfortunately, when alcohol is in certain people's systems, not everybody knows how to properly behave or properly function with alcohol. It just adds more fuel to the fire. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
When someone's under the influence, it just adds more fuel to the fire. But I'm pretty sure it was arguing. Someone said something that someone else ain't like. Someone probably told somebody else. and was probably that's probably what it was. It was arguing, going back and forth, and someone said something that the other party didn't like, and then after that was said, then it altered it. It's like, all right, and it kept going back and forth, back and forth. But that's pretty much something was probably said that.
Hold on, Johnny. Dad.
But that's probably what really happened, because usually it was having.
I'm just saying. I feel like Meek has more to lose than, to me,
than the professional boxer at that said moment. I understand what you're saying, because I believe in terms of status, that
I love Meek.
Where Meek's at in the rap game compared to where the boxer is in the boxing game, it's like two different levels. But
I love Meek. I don't think Meek could do any wrong. Nah, but he does need to grow up a little bit. I just don't like that back and forth shit. Back and forth stuff.
Yeah, that's two. Let's try to keep you under fire. Try to keep you under fire. I'll try not to push your buttons. I'm trying to help you succeed to go under 5, but damn, you're at 2. we not even 5 minutes in. You're at 2, Bree. But
No, but I don't like the back and forth stuff. I think that's so childish, especially when it's not like it's basically gambling. They basically was gambling.
It probably was.
Right. So
it could have been gambling, and that's something else that could cause issues too, especially when you gamble with somebody and then you end up on. That's something that's all speculation, but that could be another possible angle.
Right. I mean, it's speculation, but usually in those type of fights, dudes do bit and stuff, guys bit, and who's gonna win and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm happy it ended up Meek walking away and the guy just like whatever.
While Wallow helped try to defuse the situation, Wallow was there.
Well, Wallow is also another fan of Meek, and they love Meek because they're all from Philadelphia. So I will hope, and Wallow just, Wallow's a dude that came out of jail. So it's like he don't want to see that happen.
He was
again.
He was definitely, like, when this shit happened, he was like in the front, really trying to diffuse whatever was going on. Obviously, everyone involved knew what was going on. Meek said they was arguing over the fight. Maybe it was a fight, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was something that they would never reveal to us, but because who knows? You just gotta go for what they say, because nobody knows unless the people that was there. But Wallow was trying to diffuse it. So even Steven Jackson was in the mix as well. But at least it didn't go. They didn't start a whole brawl and basically fight. It was able to be separated. One group of people go their way, the other group of people go their way, and it didn't escalate, and that's how it went. At least it didn't go completely. It started to go left. It didn't go completely left. But speaking about going left, we're gonna transition. So, a 6-year-old shot his teacher. So in Virginia, a 6-year-old opened fire in a classroom and ended up hitting the teacher. How does a 6-year-old end up with a gun?
I'm trying to think about what I'm about to say, because these are one of those subjects where my mouth wants to curse.
This is a situation where you could like I'll curse for you because they say you curse a lot. It's like, what the fuck? But
It's definitely one of those. It's definitely one of those. It's definitely, I don't blame the child. He's 6. I blame the parents. I'm confused because I always thought the guns was supposed to be like locked away in a box, like a safety box.
For some people, I'll say some people take that route. Some people don't. Some people just hide it.
But I thought legally wise, you're supposed to have it in a box with a key if you have a child in the house.
That's probably, I don't know the laws pertaining to that, but that's probably true. But also, then it varies by certain states. Certain states have different laws, so and it happened in Virginia. So I don't know what exactly is their laws regarding that.
Oh yeah, I know New York State, you have to have your gun in the box, safety box they call it, or something like that.
Yeah, it makes
it
sense.
has to be like,
But it all comes down to like the certain states and certain laws. I'm pretty sure there's certain down south state shit. You could leave that shit anywhere, like
that's why I would never move to Texas. I would never move to down south because that's crazy. That is crazy because the fact that you can leave your gun out for anybody, even somebody who's not in your house, to come and take your gun and use your gun, John, that's crazy to me.
They said
That's
the mom
really
might face
crazy.
charges. What?
The mom what?
They said the mom might face some type of charges due
Yeah,
to
that's neglect. I'm pretty sure there's rules that you're supposed to have your gun locked away and keyed up somewhere. I'm 100% that's a law. If you have kids in the house.
The teacher said she was teaching. Oh, the teacher was teaching an instruction when the 6-year-old just pointed the gun and just fired one shot. So basically, they say it wasn't, in their mind, it wasn't an accident, but the intent of a 6-year-old is a little, you know what I'm trying to say? They're saying,
Right.
so they're trying to say like the child tended to shoot. It wasn't like child was playing the gun, child pointed the gun and pulled the trigger. They said one of the employees of the school held him down after he fired the round, and he was trying to basically he became combative with the employee. So yeah, basically it's the mother's gun. She owned the gun. The kid brought it back in his backpack and ended up shooting the teacher. But it's like, damn, how? Like, how did the 6-year-old end up with a gun? And then, well, thank God the teacher, he didn't kill the teacher or he didn't injure or harm anyone else, because it could have been even worse. Because again, it's a 6-year-old with a gun, so it could have been a much, much more dangerous situation.
Was he? I wonder because they're not showing the 6-year-old. Is he a big 6-year-old? Because to pull the trigger like that, it takes a lot of force. Like, is he a big? Like, they don't show pictures of the 6-year-old.
Obviously, because he's a minor, so he's gonna be protected.
Yeah.
But Wilson says maybe the gun wasn't a big enough gun. I don't think they ever stated what type of gun it was.
I don't
Maybe
think so either.
I'm saying maybe it wasn't like one of those. It would have been a whole different story if it was like one of those big guns. Because then we could get into the conversations like how the hell the 6-year-old handle the gun. But it's probably a small gun that he was able to handle.
Oh, that was one of my.
That's speculation. I really don't know. They said
What they said?
in Virginia says you could be 11 and held in a state facility.
That's a bit much, even for me. 11.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
Damn. But yeah, they basically said, yeah, so basically this child is definitely just imagine being a cop pulling up to the scene and they're like, yo, and people on the scene is like,
but think about it. You're like, oh, another school shooting. That's the first thing that would come to my head. It wouldn't be that, yo, this nigga bought a gun just to shoot his teacher. I'm laughing at the fact that as a parent, I know like kids are very like advance. But damn,
Yeah, because it's
what
like
type of
yeah.
what type of hate you preaching to your kid that he wants to take a gun and shoot the people? Like, this story really makes me mad and it confuses me because I'm like, wow, like it doesn't even make sense. And they're not even showing the kids so we can say, okay, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they was to show me the kid, in my head, it will help me make sense. If you know what I mean.
I see what you're going with that. I
Right.
know you're going with that, but
So is the audience.
so yeah, but basically they said like the child basically knew what he was doing with the gun. Like he knew how to handle the gun. Like it's like a pop-up block in there, but basically says have the gun and know how to use it in a deliberate manner. That was like one of the quotes. So basically he said like the kid knew how to handle the gun. So that would mean either he's playing with toy guns or he's had the actual gun in his possession or it's been put in his possession before. So he had some idea of how to, not saying
Maneuver it.
yeah, I'm saying like or know how to hold it or know how to hold it. You know what I'm trying to say? So he had some idea of how to hold it. And
Sorry, John, I didn't mean to do the gun thing to you. My bad.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I get what you're saying, but but so it just even makes it worse. Like you know what I'm trying to say? Like I understand teaching gun safety. If you're a gun owner and you got kids, you want to teach gun safety. That's cool, but it's like if you're gonna teach gun safety, you gotta make sure they can't access the guns when you're not around, or when you go to the bathroom, they could just run up and grab it. I just feel like as a parent, you have to have a whole set of procedure to make sure that shit is where it's supposed to be 24/7. But
Right.
that is when I seen that shit, I was like, God damn. It kind of reminded me about the other story, which probably was a little crazy, but what we talked about a few episodes back when the kid killed his mom over the VR for the mom didn't want to give him the VR headset, and he ended up killing his mom.
These kids are crazy.
And I was like, damn, that's like the first thing I thought about. I was like, damn, that happened a couple of weeks ago. Now this is like, but God bless the kids. Like I don't know what's going on, but at least the teacher, obviously she was wounded and it's not a traumatic experience, but it looks like the teacher's gonna be okay. But
I would not go back to teach. FYI, if that was me, I wouldn't go back to teach. But that's just me.
maybe she is. Maybe that's something she loves to do, or teacher loves to do. So
I don't care how much I love to do it. I'm saying right now, I would not be going back to teach. But that's me personally. So kudos to her if she goes back. But
yeah, she's in stable condition, so she looks like she'll be fine.
yeah.
Now we're gonna transition into something more positive, and Mensa and Chance the Rapper hosted a festival in Ghana. I don't know. I don't know if it was because of the said festival they was hosting in Ghana, but recently in these past couple of weeks, a whole group of celebrities have been taking their talents to Ghana. These past couple of weeks, obviously, Meek going back there, and he had the whole thing with the phone. I think did we talk about that? What him and the phone?
Oh, yeah.
He had the whole thing with his. Oh, we did talk about that. He had the whole thing with his phone situation. Dave Chappelle. It's just a whole bunch of celebrities has been in and out in there. But Chance and Vic Mensa held a festival and hosted a festival out there. And they had a good, they had some performers come through and they looked like they had a good showing.
Hold on, John.
So this turned out to be the inaugural festival. So this is the first one. I'm pretty sure they're gonna plan many more. But for this festival, 52,000 people showed up. They did different type of things. Obviously, there was performances. There was also they did performances. They had conversations. It was basically a celebration of Black culture. Yeah,
I wish those kind of festivals I could go to. Those are the kind of festivals I wish I could go to.
So yeah, so they had skate sessions, other art and cultural gatherings around town, and then they had a jam-packed concert. So that's basically like what the festival was like, the main ingredients of the festival. So they had other things collectively, but it was a celebration of Black culture and just Black, and also Ghana being the first African country to be liberated, to be freed or free from colonialism in 1957. So that's a dope way to do the inaugural festival. You're gonna go to Africa and do it in the first country to actually become free and be on its own. But I think overall it's a dope. We need more more stuff like this. I think it's a very, very dope situation. But like I said, Dave Chappelle was out there, T-Pain, Jeremiah, Erykah Badu, and many others. So I think overall it was a dope event. More positive stuff like this need to happen.
Right. I liked it. I mean, I wish for those type of festivals because it looks so like well ran and it looks so like how you call that? It looks
like good vibe.
It looked like good vibes. It also looks very like well planned. Like there's a word for well planned, a different word.
Well organized.
Well organized. It looks so organized. It just looked dope. Again, when I've been to festivals down here in New York, it's just I only went to one and that shit was a mess. But it looked nice. I like Chance the Rapper anyway. I don't think he's just a rapper at this point. I think he's just like he's a vibe to me. He's not just a rapper. Like to me, Chance the Rapper is just a vibe. You don't feel like that?
No, I rock the Chance the Rapper. I like Chance. It took me a little time to grow on Chance the Rapper. Like musically, it took me some time to grow on Chance. But
again, that's why I just said I don't think he's a rapper, but like he is a vibe. Like I like seeing him.
Because obviously, on the rise, he did the music route, but then as he grew as an artist, he grew to do other things as well. So I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But shout out to them. That's a very, very, very dope thing to do, man. Very, very dope. They did it in Africa, and it was a celebration of Black culture. Very, very dope. Shout out to them. I'm pretty sure the next one's gonna even be bigger. More people they could definitely get more people involved. But the success of the first one, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the success of the first one, and I'm pretty sure more people probably want to get involved. So be on the lookout for it next year, because I'm pretty sure there'll be way more people next year than there was this year. And it's a dope celebration. So shout out to everyone that showed out for it and everyone that enjoyed their time. It was a very, very dope moment. But now we're going to transition into, would you say one of the first viral videos of 2023? Can you say the first viral video of 2023? I'm asking because I don't think there has been none that
this
viral yet.
Yeah, this is probably the viral video of 2023.
So far, like the first one that is like has people talking.
Right.
I don't know what show this is from. For you probably
Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion.
Oh, so you know the show. I seen the clip. So apparently, do you know?
Yes, I do. It's Pusha and Jana. She was called. So the Family Reunion is a play off of Love and Hip Hop. So I don't think they're gonna do any more Love and Hip Hop. I think they now doing they're getting everybody from different cities into like a destination. Like this one is in Jamaica. So they have Love and Hip Hop, Chrissy and Jim Jones, and his mama, because they were like the first Love and Hip Hop stars. Like they once who started it. So you have them, and you have like Mariah Lynn from New York. You have Lyrica from Hollywood, LA, Hollywood. You have Dumb.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that was Fresher. Like now, like Googling it, I was like, like,
yeah, that's Fresher.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was him in the video.
They have Dumb. They have some people from Atlanta. They have like it's a mix, so it's a good vibe. It's supposed to be all good vibes, whatever. So yeah, it's a runoff of Love and Hip Hop. And the reason why I'm watching this reunion is because they've had the family reunions prior to this one. We had like Erica and Safari and the drama of them and all that shit. But the reason why I'm watching this one is because I love Chris and Jim Jones. Like they're the ones who started this shit, so I love watching them. But yeah, I mean that's the sum of the show, just in case.
Yeah, so you hear the summary. Now let's get into the clip. So Fresher and his girl got into.
Do you want to know about do you want to know about them before you start talking? So before you start talking, because you don't know about Fresher and Jen, she was called the groupie slayer because he used to step out on her and fuck with the groupies. Oh, I cursed again. And mess with the groupies. and she used to beat them up. She used to beat the groups up. And like they were on Love and Hip Hop one season, and it was like a whole mess. He proposed to her with this like new diamond ring, bought her a beautiful mansion in Jersey. I mean, like 4 floors mansion in Jersey. And that's basically it. That's all I can tell you.
So you gave me the background because you actually watched the show. I just seen the clip. So
right.
It's what was discussed in the clip that went viral. So obviously him and Fresher and his girl was having a conversation. And she basically called her man broke because he didn't want to pay $250,000 for a wedding. Foul or not, Bree? Was it foul or not?
So I went because I know who they are. It's foul. It's foul. No matter which way I try to put it, it's foul. Here's why it's foul, because she doesn't work. There's no income coming from her side to.
So basically, he's the main provider, so everything they get is through him.
Right. And if you watch the Love and Hip Hop season,
you don't think she get paid to be on Love and Hip Hop?
She do, but again, when they were on Love and Hip Hop, it was like seasons ago. It wasn't anything recent. Because they did another Hip Hop New York and they weren't on it. So again, they were only on for one season. So here's my thing. She doesn't bring any income. She's a stay-at-home mom. And he in that season he bought her a mansion because she didn't want to live in the hood no more, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable.
Right. And he bought her like a freaking ring, and he bought her body. Like he paid for her body to get done.
Well, so basically BBL.
Right, the whole 9 yards. He got everything for her. So my whole thing is, if you really wanted a wedding for $250,000, then we should have cut back on some shit, because she spent it on the BBL. She's blown money in the house, redecorating and doing this for the house, and she's done this and this and that. And so you can't expect.
Yeah, it is kind of disrespectful. Because think about it, like you bought the house. He bought the house. He bought the ring.
The ring.
paid to upgrade her body. I'm pretty sure that cost her a whole couple of bands in its own. It's a lot of money. And then I understand, most women probably want that extravagant wedding or like, something that's nice. And obviously that to have that type of wedding is gonna be expensive. But for her to just go, yeah, you're broke because he didn't want like it's crazy.
I didn't like when she said, "How long are you planning to be broke?" Because I personally don't think Pressure is broke. I just think he, again,
Because he
again,
didn't
you
want to
have to
pay
work.
because he didn't want to pay 250K don't make him broke. It's just him knowing like
Again, if you
maybe he
watch
can't
that
afford that.
season, John, he owed money to people because he took money from them, like artists. He took money from them, and it was supposed to go to the people's music, and it didn't.
Oh, so he owes money. Oh, okay. And
So yeah,
so if she even knows about that situation, if I ask her a $250,000 wedding is fucked up, and then to shit on him after he's like, "Yo, I can't do that." That's damn. So yeah, overall,
again,
I don't know the backstory.
I
You know
just
the backstory, so yeah, it's foul. It's foul.
no, I believe in. I don't need a lavish wedding just to show everybody that, oh, we can have a lavish wedding. I think people just need a wedding. People want a wedding just to show off. Because if you really love that person, and her and him been together for almost 13 years or longer than that, then they don't need a big wedding. They just need something to solid
Yeah, just
make their marriage solid. Like, or make
let's
make them
just
married.
certify the union. Certify the union.
Right. Because they've been together for almost 14 years. At this point,
some women have dreams of nice big weddings. I'm pretty sure everyone's different. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's a good population of women that want that nice wedding, and obviously that's something that costs money. But that is just overall file. You have more like the backstory and origins because you actually watch the show and stuff like that. But everyone's just going off the clip and seeing what in the clip is. But even if it clip was out of context, in context, or whatever, it's overall foul. It's like you gotta understand the situation, you gotta know the situation, like, and then for the fact that he probably spent money on the ring, that probably cost a couple of bands. The mansion definitely probably cost money, and then the body work costs money, and I'm pretty sure there's other stuff that he definitely probably purchased or did everything or whatnot. But the way he responded to that, I liked his response. He basically said, I could, with all that, I could just invest that and try to make that into something instead of just blowing it on something that we're not going to get back. I could just take this money and try to turn it into something and increase the value of it. So, but damn, this is overall foul, man.
it is. It was. And watching it made her look bad. And if you watch the next episode after that, she goes to the pool and starts talking to some of the guys in the pool, and they just like, yo, they start looking at her different because it's like, that's fucked up.
So basically, it looked at like, yo, you bugging.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Now we are transition to another viral video. So back-to-back viral videos. This video kind of made me laugh. Probably not gonna spend enough time with it, but it made me laugh. So apparently, they're in Congress. They was voting for House Speaker, and two Republicans got into an argument, and as they was getting into an argument, one representative lunged at the other, and when he lunged, someone grabbed that representative and basically escorted him out, but he grabbed him basically by his mouth. So it's like he hushed him up and just grabbed him and like pulled him away from, like, instead of like just grabbing him and forcibly like moving him or grabbing him or picking him up and moving him, he grabbed him by his mouth and removed him from the situation. It was just funny to me. I found it very, very funny. I thought it was hilarious. I don't know if I sent it into the ASO chat. I sent it now.
You did.
I did?
You did, but
Oh.
yeah, but it was.
I just resent it
because it was stupid. It was stupid, and
very funny.
I didn't find it funny because they acting like children, they acting like kids, and they supposed to be fucking.
They're supposed to be on the same side because they're both Republicans.
I mean, that doesn't say much.
I'm saying, but they're supposed to be on the same team, right? That's how it's supposed to go when you're on the same team. You're supposed to.
No, that doesn't mean you agree all the time of dumb shit.
No, obviously you're not gonna agree on everything, but when you're on the same team, you're supposed to be on the same team.
That doesn't make sense. If you don't, if I don't agree with you, John,
agree at 4. You have 4.
Because you pissing me up. That doesn't make sense. Because that doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Me and you are on the same team. Do I have to agree with everything? We don't agree on nothing here.
No.
You and me don't agree on nothing here.
Come on. We agreed
all right, we agree a couple times, but we don't agree on everything.
No, not.
And
no.
so because
we're not
because
to.
because we're not face to face. Listen, we're not face to face. Maybe if we was face to face and we're doing this pod face to face, it would be a different story. I might just get up and wish you. I might just get up and scream at you. I don't know. We don't know until we start doing this pod face to face. But with that being said,
no, I said the point was saying everyone. What I meant by like the same team is like obviously in that setting is obviously Republicans and Democrats. So if you disagree with not because you know what I'm trying to say, because me and you are on the same team doesn't mean what I say you gotta agree with everything I say, and what you say I have to agree with that. That's not how it works. You know what I'm trying to say? We're meant to agree on things we're supposed to agree on in his life with different beliefs, ideologies, all types of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? It's all different things. So everyone's entitled to believe what they want to believe or whatnot. What I mean by like the same team. So it's like in that situation, it's like you wait because that's in public, so they all see. So it's like now the Democrats or whoever could just joke like, "Oh, look at these guys. They look like a total mess." Because that's what it looked like. You know, and that's what I mean by in terms like in the same team, there's a disagreement. Okay, you wait, you see, because you're supposed to be on the same team. You see the person in the hallway. You have your conversation. You have your heated. You let it go. Like you go at it heatedly in the behind the scenes and not in the public view, but
that's not always the case.
No, you're right. It's not always the case. I'm just saying for that specific situation, for him to be dragged out, like I said, someone grabbed him by his mouth and dragged him out. So it's like they basically it's like, yo,
John, that makes you even more madder. You know that really makes you madder. When you trying to talk to somebody or you trying to get your point across and somebody comes from behind you and try to like say, come on, just leave it alone. That makes you madder. And so it makes you want to act up even more. So now you got to be forcibly taken out because you came and told me relax when no.
But nah, I just seen that and I was like, yo, that is hilarious. Did he really I don't think like the circus that is the US government, right? Politics and all that, the circus that it is. We've been seeing some funny stuff over these past couple of years, but that to me was hilarious. He's like, oh yeah, you're doing too much. Grabbed him, let's get up out of here. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was funny. Good clip. Back-to-back viral clips. But we're gonna transition into a crazy story. So French Montana just dropped the project this past Friday. Yeah, this past Friday. French just dropped the project this past Friday. And the project came out, but he was in Florida to shoot a music video. So as he was shooting the music video, apparently there was fans and other people there that had nothing to do the video, so they was just watching the video shoot basically. So apparently a man ends up getting robbed at the video shoot, and with that situation taking place, it escalated into someone ended up shooting up the whole video shoot, basically. So 10 people were hit, and yeah, technically it was labeled a mass shooting. So basically, French was ended up shooting a music video, and some shit happened outside the music video, and basically affected the actual music video. So there's a rapper also that French was shooting a video with. His name is Rob 49. He was one of the 10 people to apparently get hit in the situation, but apparently the situation had nothing to do with any of the rappers or their entourage. It just happened to do with people just being there to watch the video shoot. Some dumb shit took place, and it ended up affecting everyone on the scene, which was crazy.
That's why you can't go nowhere. Can't even go to a photo shoot and watch the video shoot, because you probably get shot up.
This is crazy.
I wonder how French is gonna handle this, because technically it's not his fault, but technically it is. So now you gotta be held accountable for something you had nothing to do with it. So now it's like,
How do you hold him accountable? No, I'm asking, how do you hold him accountable?
he gonna have to pay for some of these medical bills?
Probably not.
Yeah, he is. He is. Because if he don't,
do that in the kindness of his heart. You don't have to.
he has to. Because if he don't, he's gonna look like a. Last word is a hole. HOLE. First word I can't say, but he gonna look like that because he's gonna look like he's unsensitive. It was, even though he had nothing to do with the shooting, it was his event, so he has to give back. If that makes sense, he has to give.
Oh no, that's what I said. Something. He could donate and help out.
No, not. He has to pay for it, John.
Not necessarily.
He do.
I'm pretty sure, like you said, since he's the rapper and he's like the bigger rapper in the situation, people who did get shot is probably gonna be like try to bring some type of they probably is gonna try to bring some blame to French, but in the situation,
because they're gonna say he could have done it in a more, secluded place, or a place where it wasn't, it had more security or whatever. I'm just saying, Johnny, he's gonna have to pay for it. I'm sorry, he is. He's gonna have to pay for those people's medical bills.
Well,
he's going to have to. It's not that he wants to or he wants to donate. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, because if not, it's gonna make him look like a bad guy, and he's not gonna want that. French does not want that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it and see how it plays out. See how more, like, obviously it just happened, so there's still gotta be more details to take place in it. But you know what's funny? I Google French, and it says victim of mass shooting at French Montana is video shooting considering legal action.
There you go.
That is one of the top stories. If you Google French Montana, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4th. It's the 4th article when you Google him. And
no offense, I would sue French Montana too.
This is how the world works. This is crazy.
It's not crazy. It makes sense to me.
No, I'm saying I understand it, but I still think it's crazy. I understand it, but I still think it's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy to me. That's what I'm saying to you.
But with that being said, now we're going to transition to something we talked about last week. There was a little disagreement, but we're talking about the Billboard 200. I always say Billboard. Rolling Stones 200 greatest singers. I always say Billboard. Billboard be doing the list too. That's why I'll be fucking that up. But I curse. That's my third curse. Bree, you at 4, so we gotta keep you on the 5. But yes, the Rolling Stones 200 greatest singers list. So apparently, Celine Dion's fans was not feeling that she was not on the list, and they decided to protest. Think they have a case. They're doing too much. What you feel about it?
I should have protested to bring Beyonce's name up, but I can't stand out there
Also,
alone.
so
But
basically, you would have been out there with them, but you would have just been protesting to have Beyonce at number 1.
right.
Oh,
Maybe not
man.
number 1, but like number 2. Yeah.
She's a dope singer.
But
Like I said,
but
to me, I told you who number 1 is. We all know who number 1 is.
but we talked about this. I was surprised that Celine Dion wasn't on the list at all, which was weird because her voice, I mean, is
Yeah,
one of
no
those white.
voice. Don't say she do
Yeah,
have a good voice though. Like you don't gotta be feeling music, but if you heard a song of her and you hear her voice, don't try to say. Sometimes you could just hear her voice and know, like, oh no, this person can really sing.
right. It was weird and that's the thing. They have to release the criteria of how the songs get placed in order for people to feel better. Because
There was a whole thing, but you know how these sites be with their criterias, man.
now you have to submit a criteria out into the world so that the part that gets me is that the list is already made. So that means that they would have to take somebody off the list to put Celine Dion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if they was to do that, I would love to see who they're gonna take off and put Celine Dion and where they're gonna put her. Because the list is already made. It's already out there.
Yeah.
So you protesting to get somebody kicked off the list and get Celine Dion put on the list? And if that's the case, then where do you want her? Where technically does she belong to these protesters? Because that means they would have to take somebody off the list.
That is true. For her to be on the list, somebody has to come off that list. But Bree, I'll be on there with you. Like they'll be protesting for Celine Dion. You'll be protesting for Beyonce, and I'll have my 2 billboards. Cause Mike Jackson's been high on the list. A couple people should.
But Michael Jackson can't sing. So okay, why don't we take off Michael Jackson and put Celine Dion?
All right, now you're going crazy now. Now you're going crazy.
We talking vocals. We're not talking about songs and hits.
No. I understand what you're saying. You're talking vocals.
Oh,
it's a different conversation when you're just talking vocals. Like hits
right.
Hits and all that is a whole different conversation.
Right.
I totally understand that, but Mike Jackson.
He could hold a note.
Yeah, he can sing. That's what makes him the GOAT, man. That combination.
Again, I would like to see where. I can't curse this episode, Johnny. Shut up.
Yeah, 4, so you can't curse one more time. You said try to keep you on the 5.
Oh my God. Anyways, like I said, I would like to see who they take off to put Celine Dion if they decide to do that. So I don't think they're gonna do it. I personally.
Quick question. Would it be disrespectful? Because they just be like, all right, I want her on the list. They just take whoever's 200th on the list and then just place it at 200 and just take.
Yeah, because she don't deserve to be 200 on no damn list.
No, but say they give in to the demands. They want to be petty, so we're just gonna take whoever's 200th. Yeah, we're just gonna swap out, put you there and thing. I don't know. These things be, but I would have thought, in my honest opinion, I would have thought she would have been on the list. I'm not saying she's 200, but to me, I think she is probably one of the 200 greatest singers ever.
I would think so.
But I'm not saying she's number 200, but I think she's somewhere in there between number 1,
right,
200. I think she meets the criteria in my opinion.
I think she's between 1 and 50.
Ooh,
I think she's between 1 and 50. I definitely think she's between 1 and 50.
But,
I don't know where, because I don't remember the list exactly and who was where, but she's definitely between 1 and 50. I'll give Celine Dion that much. 1 and 50.
Okay. So you basically got a top 50, without a doubt, top 50 greatest
Right.
singers.
Right.
Okay. But her fans showing up for, let's see what takes place to this, or how do they update their lists, man. I feel like every year these sites come out with lists, and I feel like they do certain shit just to get people talking about them. You know what I'm trying to say?
They do. They do.
They'll put people at certain places where people can be like, "What? Ain't no way such and such supposed to be on this part of the list," or
Right.
"Ain't no way such and such ain't make the list." So I feel like it's all marketing. They know what they're doing. They're manipulating the shit.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah, I ain't knocking the hustle, but Celine Dion fans ain't going for it. They want Celine Dion on that motherfucking list. But with that being said, we're going to transition to a funny story, which I find funny. So Louisiana now has passed a bill. So you have to, basically, you need ID verification to visit adult sites. So basically, you're going to need your ID to get on these adult sites.
Damn, Johnny, thank God you live in New York.
That was a good one, but I just found I found that story to be hilarious. That story was hilarious. Like, imagine everyone that lives in that state, like, oh, yeah, I'm about to go into this adult site. I pull your whole ID out and like type in like your ID information.
That's personal information. I don't know if people should want to give that away.
But
would you want to give that away to
no,
a porn site?
but I think they've came to the conclusion that people when certain, like, when you just on a regular website, like I say for, like, let's say for YouTube example, it's like you must be 18 or older to view this video. Depending, it may not be like an adult type video, it's just a video. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure a lot of people lie about their age. So for these sites, I'm pretty sure a lot of people be lying about the ages. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's a legit issue in Louisiana for them to say to go this route. I don't know, what I'm trying to say? For them to actually go this route and pass a bill, it means there has to be some type of issue with this. That's how I'm viewing it. But maybe they do have a whole bunch of people that's not. But man, that shit happens all over the place. You know what I'm trying to say? All over the fucking United States of America, all over the world. People that's not supposed to be viewing.
So do Louisiana has their own porn sites?
I'm pretty sure no. Is it possible a porn site that's based out of Louisiana? It's possible, but like overall, I don't think so.
So then how would they ask you to, that means they would have to ask the porn site to put an age requirement.
Yeah, but they all, adults, anything with certain adult content, they all have age, like, oh, you gotta be 18 to view. They all have it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm pretty sure people lie that they, like, when people log in, or whatever they do, they say they was born. Say if you're 12, you just put the year where it makes you 18. So when you plug that information in, they just take your word for it. You could be lying your ass off, but Louisiana is basically letting it be known you can't just lie about your age. You really gotta prove that you're 18 to view this content.
It's good to know you know all this, Johnny, because people just need to know. The people out there need to know. So thank you for informing them, because I surely didn't know nothing about it. I really didn't.
I want to know about it because it definitely popped up in the shade room. So,
okay,
it popped up on the shade room. It was
okay.
on the shade room.
I'm not judging.
Oh, the world. It was definitely in the shade room.
All right. I've never seen porno in the shade room because I'll be in the shade room.
Oh,
but okay.
Oh, no. I'm talking about where the that's where I got the story from. I didn't say I seen porno on the shade room. That's too.
Okay.
Now no, that's not what I said. I said where I got the story from.
Oh, okay.
The shade room.
Okay.
I would have no
Alright.
clue about this story.
But I'm just saying, you know a lot of information about having to log into those type of websites.
It's just it's generic. It's not like
I don't think it's generic to know how to log into porn sites.
sites in general. You keep leaning towards that. Sites in general.
That's what we're talking about.
I use YouTube as an example, and
but I'm telling you, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about porno sites. So
basically, that's what the bill. That's what the bill is about. Yes, the bill is about porno sites.
All right, so that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You gave us a lot of information about porno sites.
You
You didn't give us a lot of information about different sites. You didn't say, Sabrina, for alcohol sites or where they sell liquor. You be talking about porno sites, and you told me how to log into a porno site. So I'm saying to you, thank you for the information, because a lot of people may not know that.
That's a crazy way to twist it. That was a crazy.
I'm just saying. But okay, all right.
But now we're going to transition to. We're gonna talk about new music alert. Well, it's kind of sad music, but so Quavo dropped his Takeoff tribute, like his tribute to Takeoff. I heard the song. It was just like sad, because like that whole situation, the way it took place is like, damn, like that shit really happened, and like it's like wow, and the way it happened and everything. So it's like, for the most part, you haven't really heard much from Quavo. You heard here and there from Offset, or you see like him and Cardi B doing something, but for the most part, they have been like, obviously they posted in honor of Takeoff, and like how they miss and whatnot. But for the most part, they just like been pretty much like behind, or like just been quiet, and
Right.
you just dropped the tribute record. I'm pretty sure they're still going through the grieving process. I'm sure like they still, that whole process is still, that's something they're still going through and they're feeling to this day, because that happened Halloween night, November 1st.
Right.
It hasn't been that long, so I'm pretty sure they still think. But yeah, just listening to that record, it was just just very sad. You know what I'm trying to say? Just listen to it. I just feel like, yeah, that's how I just came off to it. And then like before he dropped the tribute record, like I think he was at like a New Year's party. Quavo was at like a New Year's party. He was with Meek. I don't know whose party it was, but like it was like the first like pictures of Quavo like after, because
Right.
like you said, he's just been like behind the scenes, just going through what he's going through. Not public with it, but it's like the first, I think like the first, like, oh shit, Quavo is like a thing. But I was telling my brother, like I seen one of the pictures that he was in, and it's like you could still see like the hurt in his eyes in the picture. It's like, damn, like
Right.
in the moment he's probably like doing him and whatnot, but you could see like, damn, you see the pain in his eyes. But it's just overall sad, a very sad situation, a situation that should never take place. But I thought the tribute song was a nice tribute song, nice tribute, and very sad.
It was.
But I wish Offset Offset and Quavo and everyone with that situation the best. But it's just like, damn, sad, sad situation. But
Right.
in the midst of that, especially with musical artists and stuff like that, there's been other artists that that left the earth untimely or too soon. And what we doing this week, our Fab Four for this week is going to be tribute records. Overall,
Right.
tribute records. records from artists that's in tribute to, you know, either artists passing away, a relative passing away, to family, or, you know, just overall tribute records. Our Fab Four is just going to be tribute records. So this version of ASO's Fab Four will be tribute song. I got my 4. Bree, you got your 4.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just gonna do how we usually do, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I guess.
Okay, so it was kind of tough to make this list because there's been some good tribute records, you know, some good tribute records. But at number 4, I put Crossroads.
Crossroads ain't no tribute song.
Kind of is.
Okay. Go ahead, go with your list. I'm sorry.
No. I see the point. I see your point you're making. I think it's more of one of those records. It may not fall in line as a tribute, but it's like it's in a thing. So, all right, boom. I'll remove that from my list.
You don't have to remove it. Go ahead, keep going. Just leave it. Leave it. Yeah, leave it.
At number 4, that's number 4. At number 3, I went with Diddy, I'll Be Missing You.
Okay.
That's at number 3. Number 2, it is a tribute record, but it's a different type of tribute record. I went Tupac, Dear Mama at number 2.
Okay.
And at number 1, I just felt like it was the biggest one. I don't think it's the best one, but it was the biggest one. So I went with Wiz Khalifa, See You Again. I think overall, I think out of all the records, I think that was like that was like the biggest tribute record. Out of all the tribute records, I think that was the biggest one. Do I think it was the best one? It is a good one. It's definitely a good one. I'm not 100% sure I can say it was the best one, but I think it was the biggest one out of all the tribute records. So that's my Fab 4 tribute records.
Okay, so my 4 is Mama by Boyz II Men.
Okay.
And number 3 is P. Diddy, I'll Be Missing You.
Also, we had it in the same spot. See, I told you, we'll be agreeing every now and then.
At number 2, it was Someday by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men.
Okay.
And then number 1, Aaliyah, Missing You.
I'm Missing You. That one was definitely, I chose between that one and Diddy for the number 3 spot.
I love that tribute.
No, that was a good one. That was definitely a good one. You know,
I love the video and stuff. It was nice.
That was definitely a good one. But with being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another City Opinion Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and we are out.